Lizzo told Cool Accident she's particularly good at whipping up breakfast foods, whether it's, quote, eggs, potatoes, omelet, French toast, pancakes. As HuffPost reported, there are
I thought she was vegan. What is up, guys? It's Ariel from Ariel's Advice, and today we're gonna be reacting to a full day of eating from Lizzo. So for those of you that don't know who I am, I'm a registered dietitian in the state of Florida, and I got my bachelor's and master's degree in nutrition and dietetics. And Lizzo is an American singer/songwriter, and she's really well known for her influence in body positivity. Keep in mind this video is from the list, so I don't know how accurate this is gonna be, but regardless, let's check it out.
Lizzo is a role model for body positivity.
Starting off with body positivity, although I do think it's very important to love yourself at any weight and size, I do think that the body positivity actually makes people comfortable and actually like glorifying being obese. I don't think that's a form of being positive with your body. I believe being positive is to treat your body like a temple and exercise daily, have a healthy, nutritious diet so you can live as long and healthy as possible. Because it's not only how long you live, but it's the quality of life while you're on this earth. And in my opinion, I feel like the body positivity movement and with obesity, that increases your risk of diabetes, hypertension, cancer, and many more diseases. But let's check this out.
Kind of endlessly confident woman who isn't afraid to flaunt her curves and who unashamedly loves herself. Lizzo is even open about her diet. Here's a look at what the Grammy-winning artist eats in a typical day.
You have to just kind of realize that this is it, you know? Like, you're not going to change.
That is the most terrible advice ever to give someone. And this is very common for people that have been obese for a long time. They tend to develop this identity as the big person, as the obese person, and this becomes part of them. That's why nutrition has a lot to do with psychology, and most dietitians work with psychologists and eating disorder dietitians. So when you have this identity that you're this obese person, you're gonna tend to do choices and develop habits that align with this identity. So before you even start on a diet, it's very important to get your mental right before you even start, because then it's going to be an uphill battle. But let's see what she eats in a day.
Lizzo can make any setting her own personal playground, but when there's food involved, she's really in her element. While chatting to The Cut, she partook in some traditional Caribbean food at a restaurant in Brooklyn, noting that if there are only black people in the kitchen, it's usually a good sign.
Sounds racist.
After ordering oxtails, jerk wings, and plantains and garlic sauce with margaritas to chase it all down, Lizzo revealed her all-time
with margaritas to chase it all down. So having alcohol with your meals adds a lot more calories than you think, because alcohol has 7 calories per gram. And yeah, it's okay to have a drink or two. Just know that certain drinks have more calories than others, like margaritas or the sugary drinks. If you're gonna have drinks, try to just have a hard alcohol or shots, because you just need less alcohol to get a buzz, if that's what you're looking for.
fave. She told the publication, "Plantain is my favorite food in the world."
I love plantains as well. Since I'm Cuban, I'm used to eating plantains throughout my whole childhood. Just know that plantains have a bunch of calories, because not only is it a starchy fruit, you're also frying it, and when you add oil to the mix, this adds a lot more calories. Just for reference, around 2 tablespoons of any type of oil is usually around 120 to 150 calories.
It's easy to see why Lizzo loves the fruit as much as she does. As Healthline explained, plantains are a less sweet, starchier variety of bananas that are a major component of diets in tropical
Plantains are actually starchier than bananas, but okay.
In tropical countries. Unlike bananas, plantains are cooked before eating. The Battle of the Burgers is one that's played out since the beginning of time, or at least the beginning of fast food, and looks set to rage on for the foreseeable future. Whether you prefer In-N-Out, Shake Shack, or some other variety, depends largely on where you live and what chain of fast food restaurant is easily accessible to you.
Five Guys has delicious burgers, and they use peanut oil, I believe.
Lizzo is a major Shake Shack proponent because, as she told Nasty Gal, it was her, quote, first gourmet fast food experience. However, when it comes to the star's go-to, there's no competition. She told the
Five Guys
publication, Whataburger is the best fast food restaurant on the planet, arguing that the Texas chain is superior to In-N-Out, which originated in California. Lizzo explained, "It's just better. It's better ingredients, they're not all over the place, they're just in Texas.
Better ingredients, better pizza. Wait, no, burgers.
So they can focus there. And they have breakfast taquitos with cheese and egg and hash browns in them. So delicious. Oh, and a honey butter chicken biscuit." Lizzo flirted with being a vegetarian for several years, but in 2020, Lizzo went full-on vegan.
So for those of you that don't know, I was actually vegan for 10 years, so I know what it's like. You'd be surprised how much milk is in common foods, even chips. I know the struggle.
For a TikTok video that detailed her new way of eating, she said, "As a new vegan, I'm enjoying exploring flavors from plants and plant-based proteins. Every journey is personal and deserves to be celebrated."
The only downside I would say with the vegan diet is that it is harder to get your protein in. For me, since I like to work out and hit the gym, my protein needs are higher than the regular American. So for the regular person, as per nutrition guidelines through Aspen, the typical person needs 0.8 to 1 gram per kilogram of body weight in protein.
To start her day off right, Lizzo opts for a super healthy green breakfast smoothie, made with coconut water, either kale or spinach depending on her mood, and some frozen fruit. In April 2019,
so coconut water is great. It has a bunch of electrolytes such as potassium, and it makes for a good natural Gatorade, if you will. I never thought of including it in a smoothie, but let's see if this is her typical breakfast.
Lizzo told Cool Accident she's particularly good at whipping up breakfast foods, whether it's, quote, eggs, potatoes, omelet, French toast, pancakes. As HuffPost reported, there are
I thought she was vegan.
several major benefits to kicking the day off with a green smoothie. Digestion, mood, and even skin are all positively affected by these concoctions.
Well, yeah, vegetables do improve the skin, especially vegetables with vitamin A, because vitamin A is a precursor to retinoic acid, and retinoic acid converts to retinol, which is good for the skin. So foods such as carrots are really good for the skin. And also keep in mind, when you make smoothies, it actually lowers the fiber content since you're blending it up. So it will raise your blood glucose levels a little faster since there's no fiber to slow down the glucose spike, which is not a bad thing. So I would just say that it will be good as a pre-workout, so you could have your glucose levels elevated before workout. But if you're not diabetic or anything, there's nothing to worry about.
Don't get blending like Lizzo. When it comes to lunch, Lizzo opts for a colorful salad made with kale, red cabbage, broccoli, avocado, white onions, and carrots. The emphasis on kale for both breakfast and lunch is not surprising considering, as Healthline advises, it's loaded with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, and is one of the best greens you can eat. By eating a colorful salad, Lizzo is eating the rainbow, as children are often encouraged to do. As Food Revolution explained, fruits and vegetables contain a wide variety of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. Eating a diversity of colorful fruits and vegetables is a simple way to fortify your body with a wide range of these important vitamins and minerals.
So yeah, antioxidants are great. We can find antioxidants in our food, especially in berries, and they lower oxidative stress, which we get from environmental factors such as pollution, smoking, and also eating very processed foods such as like chips and sodas. So having antioxidants in your diet helps lower the oxidative stress, which could cause cancer and other illnesses.
Lizzo's snack of choice was once Flamin' Hot Cheetos, but she admitted to giving them up when embarking on her vegan lifestyle in 2020. Plant-based snack Lesser Evil Paleo Puffs have provided a welcome alternative, with Lizzo noting, "I dip them in hummus, bada boom, bada snack."
A common misconception is that just because a snack is vegan, that means that it's healthier. So when you break down the word healthy, a lot of people have different definitions, but in her case, if she's trying to lose weight, the main priority is to eat whole foods that are very nutrient dense. That means that they have a lot of nutrition and not that many calories, as opposed to calorically dense is that they have a lot of calories and not that much nutrition. So even though she could have vegan Cheetos, that doesn't necessarily make it healthier. Still looks tasty though.
The switch makes total sense, as a 1-ounce serving of Flamin' Hot Cheetos contains 160 calories, 11 grams of fat, and 10% of the day's recommended intake of sodium, according to Eat This Much. The same amount of Lesser Evil Paleo Puffs, meanwhile,
yeah, that's the serving size, but most people, including me, don't have the serving size. They eat 4 to 5 times the serving size.
Contains 130 calories, 6 grams of fat, and around 8% of the day's recommended intake of sodium, according to their official site. Lizzo may be a vegan, but that doesn't mean she has to forego treats altogether. Although she admitted on TikTok to not particularly liking diet soda, the singer found a vegan Diet Cola variety she liked because, as she put it, "I needed some sparkles in my throat." And
Okay. So a lot of people, for some reason, are very scared of diet sodas, that they think that it contributes to cancer. And this really came from a study done with artificial sweeteners in rats. But they found that the amount of artificial sweetener you have to have for it to be carcinogenic is a lot. And personally, I think it's better to go for the diet soda and save on those calories and sugar instead of just having the actual soda. You can lose a lot of weight by simply just cutting soda or juices out of your diet.
And as for dessert, the singer indulges in a peanut butter and jelly smoothie made with peanut butter, frozen strawberries, oats.
Peanut butter is another food that a lot of people think that is healthy, which it's not unhealthy, but I mean, it depends if you get the Jif that has the high fructose corn syrup. But peanut butter is very calorically dense. So due to its high fat content, 1 tablespoon of peanut butter could be around 100 calories. So if you're making this in a smoothie, I don't know how much she's putting, but you could add on the calories very easily, especially if you're adding jelly.
Oats, oat milk, and vanilla protein powder. The strawberries will give Lizzo the sugar kick she's craving from a dessert, while the peanut butter and protein powder provide the necessary protein to keep her feeling full.
So peanut butter is really not a source of protein. It has some protein, but it's more a source of fat.
Additionally, oat milk is a solid base for the smoothie, as it is a nutrient-rich alternative to traditional cow's milk that may even assist bone and heart health, according to Healthline. It's tough to eat healthy at the best of times, never mind when you're hungover after a long night of partying hard. But Lizzo isn't one to back down from a challenge, and although she admitted on TikTok that she, quote, used to crave cheesy eggs when hungover, she found a vegan alternative to hit the spot. The singer uses Just Egg, a plant-based alternative to eggs, and mixes it with a carne asada-style bean and corn mixture, topped off with a handful of spinach and vegan.
So nutrition involving for a hangover. When you're hungover, you tend to be very dehydrated because alcohol is a diuretic. So you really want to focus on rehydration. So this involves obviously drinking water and also replenishing your electrolytes such as potassium and sodium. You could do this with some coconut water, which I explained earlier, and add a pinch of salt into it. Or eat bananas or crackers. Eggs are also really good for a hangover because eggs contain an amino acid called cysteine, and cysteine helps break down aldehyde, which is a byproduct of alcohol metabolism, which gives you those hangover feelings. Also, you can have some avocado, which has a lot of potassium, which is a good electrolyte to be rehydrated. And also fruits and vegetables to help lower that oxidative stress. But let's see what Lizzo eats.
And vegan cheese. Vegan bacon is Lizzo's side dish of choice, and the star knows exactly how to make the vegan variety more bacony, frying it in maple syrup to make it, quote, nice and crunchy and
So adding maple syrup, again, is going to add a lot of calories and it's not going to fill you up as much. So with peanut butter, oils, all these foods, there is very easy to gain weight on these. So if you're watching this and you're actually trying to gain weight, you could incorporate some oils in your diet if you struggle to put on weight, or peanut butter. But if you're trying to lose weight, you want to avoid these foods. So let's address the elephant in the room, no pun intended. I'm pretty sure that this is not what Lizzo eats in a day. Let me see how much she weighs. So according to Google, Lizzo weighs around 260 pounds. So I'm pretty sure she's not just having salads and smoothies all day. She's probably eating large portions of food, and she could still be eating vegan food and gain weight, but I believe that the portion sizes are a lot bigger than what this video is disclosing. I wish I had a more accurate video, but that is it. If you learned a thing or two, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this.